I'm James Collins and I studied a master's degree in screenwriting at Birkbeck. So I worked in diversity, equity, inclusion, actually in the music industry, completely randomly. Pandemic threw everything off, so yeah, I was kind of just sort of in between various jobs, bouncing around a little bit, but kind of finding my feet. So I've always loved film and filmmaking. It just felt like a completely inaccessible industry to me because I don't know anyone, and that's a big thing that people always tell you with the film industry and the television industry. So I thought it would be a great way of sort of building confidence in my own writing for screen, but also kind of meeting people and meeting like-minded people. I mean, obviously it built an awful lot of confidence through the course, and I gained lots of practical knowledge. I gained industry knowledge as well. And I'm lucky enough to now be working at the British Film Institute, the BFI, and I work in the development team, so I work directly with writers every day and developing their stories and their kind of ideas from anything from an idea outline all the way up to like sort of production ready screenplays, which is I never ever thought that would ever happen, so that's really cool. I mean, I think we are kind of bound by like really stupid decisions we make at GCSE or A-level, and you're like a baby then. I mean, I had no idea what I really wanted to do. I didn't think this was feasible in any way, so it took me a little bit of cooking, I guess, in the real world before I really figured out this is a career that I want to do. This is where my skill set lies. What I'm doing right now is just sort of is fine. It's whatever, but it's not really, it's not exciting. It's not like that whole getting the Sunday scaries on a Sunday evening. That doesn't happen anymore. I'm quite excited for the week ahead, which is cool. And I just think if you have something that you're passionate about and you're kind of worried about taking the leap, you're worried you're too old or whatever, just literally don't. I think it obviously really helps if this is a thing that you're passionate about. I think with an undergrad, I did English literature, which was obviously quite foundational for what I ended up doing, but there was a lot of twos and fro's and things I wasn't really interested in, and things where like I probably could have studied a lot more, and I probably wasn't. I mean, I was 18, leaving home for the first time. It's a whole different environment to studying, whereas working a kind of quite dry day job, like watching the clock, and then being able to go somewhere at night and like talk to like-minded people and like learn something I cared about. It didn't really feel like study. Obviously, there's study elements of it. There's the essay writing, whatever. That's obviously, you're signing up for that. But I think if you have a passion for something, it doesn't really feel like a huge amount of work. Sharing stuff that you've written is such a soul-bearing experience, and it feels really like terrifying. So I think like just, going through a course like I did and having to just sort of share all these quick rapid fire ideas, it really built up that confidence for me. And I still keep in contact with people from my course. We have a regular like writing circle, and we're all doing different things, and it's cool. And like I don't write like romance, for instance, but my friend who I met on the course does, and we like read her things. We can be more objective about it. My other friend writes horror, and like it's just nice. We have that kind of little community, and we have that little network. We keep each other like in the loop of like competitions that might be coming up or different opportunities, that kind of thing. So I think that's a really nice thing too, having that community network.